Gemini, this is your week ahead tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is a message for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign because it's an energy reading. So please take the messages that I convey where and how they resonate in your life, and feel free to comment below. This is your reading, bottom line. If you want the full astrology breakdown, then check out my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link above somewhere, or you can just search it. Every single week, a detailed astrology, day by day, play by play. So if you love astrology the way I do, go check that one out too. This message is a timeless message. It comes to you when it's meant to be heard, when you're ready for it, when you need it. But I do make a message every single week, so if you want them fresh off the press, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Wow, that's a lot. It's also amazing energy. We got 2 major arcana, which means you're dealing with a lot of fate this week. Fate with regards to what you're capable of, feeling like magic, almost a magical new start or a new beginning, or finally being able to be ready for it, to be able to say, yeah, I'm going to take this leap of faith, or finally find that faith is a major part of your recipe and that you've got to put it in there in order to make any kind of advancement. So it's saying magically burdens are released, or you release yourself from burdens. You found that way. This is liberation and this is freedom. So good news, right? So let's get deeper into this reading, shall we? Where is this major arcana taking Gemini this week? I do personal readings, by the way. Please check out my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. And you can book, schedule, everything right there, but that's the only place you can do it. So don't believe any other people that are coming at you with anything else. Just an FYI. There's also great merch over there too. Go check out the store, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com. It's my website. Easy to find. Wheel of Fortune. So we got 3 major arcana. You're going in a different direction with your life. This is a life cycle closing out, but also a very fortunate twist of events has happened outside of you that kind of liberates you from some duties or responsibilities or feelings that have kept you down. It feels like magic, or magically all of a sudden you're redeemed. Karma comes back around to reward you. So rewards for good karma or good things that you have done. But I think that this is major burdens just relieved and stress taken off of you, because you've paid your dues and because karma has been completed. Whatever this karmic cycle was, and it's tricky because sometimes you're not even actually aware of it. How is this going to play out for Gemini? How is this playing out for Gemini? How is this going to play out for Gemini? There's a Queen of Cups involved, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, some sort of a mother figure or somebody who just loves and is very caring. Or this represents your own heart opening up, kindness and unconditional love that expects nothing in return. This is a person or a mentality of unconditional love and love that doesn't need to, love that is replenished simply by being able to do it. Being able to love replenishes this person's ability to love. So this is open-heartedness, but there's also the 4 of Cups here, saying that maybe somebody was hesitant to share their heart or share their feelings, or they weren't sure. That even though you weren't sure, maybe you didn't know how this person felt about you, or they didn't know how they felt about themselves, or vice versa. You can always just take it where it resonates. They needed time to think. Somebody didn't realize just how lovely and beautiful this offer was, or this support was. So now I think there's a little bit of a recognition of the kindness of the kindness and the intensity of the commitment to this unconditional love. Why? Okay, more. We need more. Why was this person not sure or certain? Because of money or financial situations. Something was kind of rocking the boat when it came to, you know, I don't know, what they have, or conflict in finances between the two of you. But this is just a sense of somebody who really would be with you through thick or thin, or you would be with somebody through thick or thin, even if it's not a romantic partner, even if it's a family member, but it is somebody you care about deeply. But this is a sense of you would be with them through thick and thin, and I don't think they realized it or were ready to accept it. They were a little bit defensive about it, or not really willing to trust this offer. Somebody could also be making you an offer when you need money and you're hesitant to accept it because you don't want that kind of obligation to somebody. You want the freedom. But the freedom is here this week. That's how it relates back to the major arcana, kind of being relieved from maybe a gift or a kindness that somebody had given you. Being relieved from that. And the Judgment card is there saying, yep, that's right. Being selected or chosen to wipe those debts clean, wipe that slate clean, not owe anybody anything. So happy birthday, Doug Denny. It could come down to simply this, just money or debt relieved, or just the feeling of being obligated, or the feeling of being afraid to trust this person's help for you. All of that is being lifted, but there's definitely like a weightlessness here, kind of a burdens off your shoulder kind of thing that's come out in a judgment for you, especially if there are legal matters or legal issues. But because this card is on the table, it seems like it's sort of bigger than that, and it's going to affect people outside of you, but that this is what's impacting you and really helps to liberate you from whatever this kind of obligation was. But this is really the energy of somebody, even if you weren't ready to see it, somebody who was really ride or die, somebody who just wanted to love you unconditionally, completely. And let's see where that goes. Really interesting reading for you guys. Gemini. This judgment that's made. Okay, how does the judgment come out? Maybe go back to these cards. How does this judgment come out? What is spoken? Hermit card, the Hermit energy. So it's either through work, through nurturing, or something that it's through Mercury, something that has been suppressed. Remember, Mercury all this week is conjunct the sun, so there is that sense of that's how it's coming out. Maybe somebody is coming to tell you the message, somebody is revealing it to you, or it's coming out simply because the information finally reaches you. But there's more major arcana here. It's been hidden, or it's been growing. Something has been nurtured for a while. Maybe it's coming out now because it's ready. Can you give a few more details? What's the Judgment card on the table for? How does this all happen? We have the Empress here. So this is a maternal figure. This is also a seed of abundance, and like something has really been nurtured quietly, and it's grown into something that is beautiful and ripe with possibilities and potential. I mean, these waters have been watered correctly, and maybe you didn't realize that at this point, up until this point, but you're going to realize it now, because there's abundance coming for you on the table where you had been broke or like destitute. And now that could also be a metaphor for, you know, people finally caring about you, people finally loving you. There could be an abundance of love and support suddenly. Or somebody didn't tell you about something they were doing or developing or growing for you, like a trust fund or whatever. I mean, there could be just sort of this revelation about you have an abundance when you thought you didn't. And suddenly it's revealed to you. So that's really beautiful news. We have a full moon this week. Let's grab a moon card. Remember, there's always an extended reading, and I hope you guys will come across with me. The link is down below in the description box, as well as the comment section. I pin it to the top. You can always look for it. Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. Okay, so this is around this full moon, but it's saying have faith in your dreams. Maybe they had been taking a hit because this is a waning moon. That something, with a possibility of something, felt like it was getting farther and farther away from you. Like this wasn't going to be possible, maybe because somebody had to keep thinking about it or contemplating it, and you didn't think you were going to be valued. But ultimately, this is a sense of, this is an encouraging feeling of, I know this was hard for you, and you were kind of going through a crisis of faith, thinking that something wasn't going to happen. Take time to breathe out. So it's saying exhale you're finally going to be able to, this week, be able to exhale that doubt, be able to release or feel release from that very heavy feeling of this isn't going to happen, or this is never going to come true, or I'm not going to get the help that I need, or this person doesn't care about me. Those feelings are like going to be breathed out. You're going to be able to expel them this week, especially around the full moon. Just be able to finally release them and make room for what's on the other side, which is actually this pleasant surprise of, but you always had help all along. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. This is good. It's good because, like I said, from the beginning, you're liberated. You're liberated. We have the Seven of Pentacles here, which means you had done a lot of hard work on something. And no matter what you did, it just wasn't coming through. Whatever it was, it's the seed that you planted that wasn't working. There wasn't fertility. The things were drying up. So in some ways, it may not be this bum rush of money that floods in. It may be a bum rush of education or information that finally comes in to tell you why things hadn't been working. Was it the soil? Was it too much sun? Was it not enough water? Was it the seed itself? You'll find out this core, this underlying, like what's at the root of this drought. You're going to find that out. So there is a rush of information that comes in. And with that information, there's this huge burden release, because you're going to finally understand and not take it so personally, and also be able to take action. Yes, somebody was sick. There was a sickness here. This definitely suggests anxiety or worry, but also cruelty. There could have been underlying constant threats or attacks, or just underlying cruelty you'd experienced that was toxic for you and not allowing your seeds to grow or to ripen. So this is just a deeper understanding of why things weren't turning around. Like why there was such a hesitation, and why maybe you'd been backed in a corner to this point where you felt you had nothing left to give, right? It's because things just kept not working out. I'll tell you this right now, because of the position of Mercury, especially with you guys this week, this is also toxic talk, toxic speaking, toxic criticism. So wherever that was constantly coming from, it could even be just a suggestion that's saying, are you speaking negatively often? Are you speaking negatively out into the universe? Because that could have created sort of a toxic environment that wasn't allowing anything to happen. So it's basically a warning sign of watch your words. Your words are actually heavily impacting you in ways that you didn't even comprehend, and they're causing you anxiety, and they're also causing your opportunities to die around you. Could also be somebody else's criticism. Whatever that is the aha moment this week that comes out, so that you understand how to fix things, right? There was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of choices. There was just a lot of stuff. There was a lot of confusion, and maybe even distraction around you. So that whatever this was, this new opportunity that you tried, you got really disappointed. It could even be, you know, just trying to love somebody, or feeling confused once again, and not being able to decide. Do I even have something here that I love enough to put myself out there? Do I care enough to put myself out there again when I've been through all of this crap? And this burden has been lifted of you, from you. Maybe some of you are deciding no. Like, and that's what you need to decide. Like, I should have never gotten myself into this, or I tried, and I'm willing to accept that this was a lesson, not a failure. And the burden is just like, I don't have any energy for this anymore. I'm going to go someplace to where I'm healthy again. Let's go to the extended to dig down into that reasoning. I'll see you guys there.